Hi, I wanted just to touch bases with you again for what we're going to do tomorrow with communion. And a couple of things. First off, we're going to be sending this as a Zoom thing. And so please be aware of that. And then I'm going to kind of teach a little bit on how to use that. So I'm going to try to share a screen here to, where did it go? Come on, I know you're on here somewhere. Word, Good Friday, PowerPoint, there we go. So this is what I'm going to be sending out, and it'll say Lance Abate is inviting you to a scheduled Zoom meeting. You can see right there, resurrection service, 10:30 Mountain Time, Zoom meeting. So this whole thing right here, if you can see that, is a long URL, universal, I can't remember what universal URL stands for anymore, but it's a web address. And so when you click into it, it's got the meeting, and I believe it also has right in here, somewhere in there, the password as well. So if you click on it and it asks for a password, the password is right there. You can see it right there. It should already have it included in there as having the link and the password included. The reason why that's important is that they've had a lot of problems with Zoom and what they call Zoom bombers, people who find an open meeting and drop in on it and start causing trouble and upload porn and things of that nature. We really don't want that tomorrow. So with this, you can just sign on, link, that's the password right there, that number right there, and the meeting ID. With those two, you can go to the Zoom page and enter in the password and it'll enter you in. But usually this thing right here, that long URL address, that should get you in all by itself. Now, another really neat feature that we have here with Zoom is we have this thing right here. We have two phone numbers. Now, this is a really long looking phone number, but this is the phone number here, and then it's got a comma, comma, which means in telephone language, that means wait, and that'll enter in the Zoom meeting, and then it's got the hashtag, comma, comma, then it gives in the password right there. Ignore that it's Houston or San Jose. They've even got one for Denver. It doesn't really matter. But that way tomorrow, if you want the audio version of what we're doing tomorrow, basically you just sign in there. That won't give you video, but that'll give you audio so you can hear the church service tomorrow. But this up here, the Zoom meeting, that will give you the whole video and everything else. But this right here, if you can send it to someone who doesn't have a computer or help them, you can actually manually dial that in. I can't even imagine dialing that in. If someone could help Bonnie or something like that, that way she could actually sign into it. But it's everything from that little hashtag there all the way down into the 34 number right there, the +34 number. But all of that you would have to enter in and push dial. Now, I do want to mention to you, please make sure that you put your microphones on mute, because it could be really distracting in the middle of a church service if someone's mic comes on and it's like someone talking really loudly in church. Like that would ever happen. And so just keep that in mind, that you do that you put your phone on that, maybe put it in a place where the kids can't get it, things of that nature, and that will also be a big help. We've got all this trying to set up. Also, I want to mention to you that we have these communion cups that were given to us by Phil at Calvary Chapel. We owe him some communion stuff. He told me, he says, you don't have to pay me back, but you know, what an amazing guy to do that during a time like this. And so let Phil know how much you appreciate him and what they've done for us. We've always had a good relationship with Phil and his church with loaning out our building and things of that nature. So keep that in mind. So just remember, you know, this is how you do this. Now, tomorrow we're going to take communion as a church together. Now, obviously, if you sign on to YouTube and look at the recording later, you won't be taking communion with us. But if you didn't get one of these, I have a box that's at the church on an air conditioner back next to the back door of the educational building. There's just a box. There's a number of these. Please take what you need, but don't take any more than what you need. And please make sure your kids understand what you're doing with it. It's really important that you understand that we're going to try to take communion together as a church. We'll communicate it. We'll talk about it. How you would take communion is you would peel off this bottom section here, and then you would, once you have the little communion wafer in there, then you would have that in your hand. Then you would peel off the other, and then we'll pray over the elements so that it actually becomes special. Now, if you live in a different place, we have people that'll be watching the service that are in other states, California and other things of that nature. Please know you can use anything you want. We're going to pray over it. We're going to ask God to bless it. And the importance is that we remember Christ's death and what his ultimate sacrifice was for us. Please don't take the top off first and then do the bread, because you might end up with some problems. So it's really important that you understand that. So, and we're going to have a great time spiritually tomorrow. So please remember that. And we're going to have a great time seeking the Lord and we'll be together electronically. We can't be together physically, but what a blessing this is for us to be able to spend this time together. God bless. We'll see you all tomorrow.